What's going on? It is Tammy Tuesday, and I am back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That right there was both with what you need. So, if you didn't know, let me run it down for you. It is Tammy Tuesday, and you are listening to So Ambitious Radio with your favorite tomboy ever, Ambitious Tammy. Big coolin' in the 614, Columbus, Ohio, repping that good North Side, Uptown, baby. Okay, all day, every day. So this is where we play your local favorite hits every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a new song that is being added to rotation this week, but also I'm going to play some of the other new songs that we got last week because I was feeling those joints right there. But let's keep it moving. Right here, it's B4L Trey with Chances. You guys, I have cookies today. This buttercream frosted by Cherry Cookies, lemon burst. I didn't really want this one. I'm gonna eat it. So, what's going on, everybody? Excuse my rapper noise. Let's see if this cookie is good. It's a little too strong. No, it's not. Oh, ooh. Well, that one's gonna go to the trash. Cookie number 2. Buttercream frosted cookie. Cut out. How about this one? I'm about to try this one in a second, but let me check in on things. See. Never was I so thirsty for cookies. I want something sweet. Oh, I'm mad at that cookie. I thought that was another one, a different kind, like a different flavor. I'm mad. I wasted my money on it. That cookie was expensive. This one a little bit better. Okay, I might like this. This cookie might be the one. But I do have one more cookie, and I have a feeling I'm going to like that cookie way better. This song took me by surprise. You thought you was cool cause you shot me up, You cool cause you ain't killed a witness, You think I ain't a stepper, You got me fucked up, pussy bitch, you gotta die. So, I'm gonna talk to y'all because this song is a little graphic. I'm sorry, I'm enjoying this cookie way too much. However, what's up? Working on music. Myself showing love. Oh, thanks. What's going on with you? Yeah, as you can see, I'm over here testing which cookie I like the best. So that way in the future, I know not to get that lemon one is nasty. I don't like that one. This one's okay. Buttercream frosted. That one's cool. It don't say the flavor though. It just say buttercream frosted, and this one said the same thing. But this one said lemon. Lemon burst. It's so don't get it. Unless you're really into lemon. But yeah, not much really. I've just been practicing nails a lot. Doing the radio show. I've been wondering, should I do my show like on the weekend too, like maybe on a Saturday? So I'm trying to kind of like figure out what's a good time for people, as far as when they would like to hear the show, like on their leisure time. Because I know during the week sometimes it could be a little difficult. 1 second. That right there was BFB with All In. That song took me by surprise, but I respect everybody that's sending their music, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sending that in. But on my live, we have Cujo, so we have to play one of his songs and keep you guys up to date with him. He has some more music on the way, but right now, this is Cujo with Stitches. I don't know if you can hear this, but
boom, cut deep, but I know you can't feel it. Boom, cut deep, but I know you can't feel it. Boom, cut deep, and I know you won't feel it. Boom, cut deep, and I know you won't feel it. So go numb right now to take this message, receive blessing. Take your thumb out your mouth, grab a Kit Kat, take a dirt nap, cause there is no sleep deep enough to process these. I said there's no sleep deep enough to process these. Since you up late in your feelings, let me proceed for you. If he hurt you, then he hurt you. Be alone, get stronger. But for the loneliest of reasons, you go back to the slaughter. For the loneliest of reasons, you go back to the slaughter.
That's some real stuff right there.
How many stitches does it take just to close a wound? How many stitches does it take? I said, how many stitches does it take?
He said because of the loneliest moments, you go back to the slaughter. Like, why would you do that? Stay by yourself, get strong. You don't need him.
Then he DM the picture, then he'll slide in the DMs. Yeah, you thought that was sickness. Yeah, he came with the sickness, then you fell for the hit. So, how many stitches does it take just to close a wound? How so numb does it pain? I said, how many stitches does it take just to close a wound?
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Deep in your veins.
Yeah, because I am very busy right now. So Saturdays might be a little pushing it. But I was thinking maybe make it like an hour show. I'm going to still just play around with it. Right now, my schedule is kind of like changing. So if Saturdays open up, then I will probably do it on Saturday and do it on Tuesday. But right now, I do like Tuesdays. Thank you for that, too. Thank you for your input. I really appreciate that.
Do you get it? Alright. So, how many stitches does it take just to close a wound? How many numb does it pain? I said, how many stitches does it take just to close a wound? How many deep in your veins? He turns around to the mirror, sees you're nothing, much clearer. Then he turns back towards you. He says he changed all his feelings. The stitches now you abuse, temporary on your wounds, are the same stitches I lose when I closed all my wounds. Cujo. How many stitches does it take? How many stitches does it take? Take mine. How many stitches does it take? How many stitches does it take? Take mine.
All right, you guys, it's 6:11 and we are rocking strong in the 614 right here. That right there was Cujo with Stitches. If you guys were not listening, I'm going to fill you in real quick. When it comes to music, you can hear it, but you have to listen at the same time. So like with that song, it's so deep. Like, a lot of people get caught up in like, oh, is the beat dope? This and that. Like, even though the beat was nice, but if you really listen to what he's saying, it's just basically like you have to be able to be strong enough to stand on your own. If you're in a position where you keep going back to something or someone or a situation that's hurting you, you got to be strong enough to be like, I'm not going to keep doing that to myself. And even when you get lonely or you feel like maybe you're missing that situation or missing that person or whatever, because that's what you're comfortable with, you still have to be strong enough to be able to love yourself enough to be like, I'm not going to keep going back to that. So it's like when you get hurt, you're essentially like it's an open wound. Like, I'm hurting. And so he's like, how many stitches does it take for basically for you to get it, for you to wake up? Like, like it don't matter how many times you keep trying to rebuild it. You keep going right back to the thing that's hurting you. You're never going to be okay, basically. So that's a really deep message right there. I appreciate that. So shout out to you, Cujo. Thank you for making that song too. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he meant by it, but that's what I interpreted from that song. So that's one of the reasons why that's one of my favorites as well. So yes, shout out to you. Shout out to Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Atlanta. Yes, everywhere. New York, all that. Wyoming, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Chicago. Shout out to everybody. Let's get back into this music. This right here is Giles Music with Run It Up. Thanks. Hi, lovely. I just did my nails this morning at like 3 in the morning. It says that interpretation is very close. You are awesome. Thank you so much for making my dear. Oh, thank you. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. Like I'm glad you tuned in, and I really do like your music and stuff. I know you have your meanings to it, but I think it's really nice that when people make music that even though that person may not be exactly where you were, that they're getting something from it. So I love that. So yeah, thank you. Make sure you keep doing your thing. Like, don't be so hard on yourself to feel like maybe like, what if people like this? What if people don't like it? Because essentially you just make that music for you. So shout out to you. I appreciate all of it. And Steph, hey, lovely. Hey. I was over here trying Cheryl's cookies, and I discovered this buttercream frosted lemon burst is disgusting. I don't like it. Oh, I dropped it. I don't know where it went. I dropped the cookie. Ugh, it's nasty. I feel like I could taste it just by looking at it. Don't. Hi, Mr. Pickens. What's up? Yeah. So yeah, I got a good subject of the day. So after I play like 2 more songs, I'm gonna kind of introduce it. I probably won't really like talk on it yet, but it's definitely coming up. What's happening? Not much. Over here kind of like trying all these different Cheryl's cookies that I got to see which ones I like the best, while sipping some wine in my emoji glass. So yeah. Woo! Oh man, I only got like 2 more minutes on here with you guys. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. I had a good friend do the hair for me, and then I like added my own little touch and a little rope and my beads. The beads are probably my favorite part, but I don't know. I think these are pretty nice too. So thank you. I thought I would try something. I was nervous because, the hair is a little lighter than maybe what I try, but it is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. Okay, this right here is I See Cash with What's the Issue? All right, y'all. For the moment of truth, it's time to try this Cheryl's cookie and see what's going on. You fancy. Thank you. Oh. Almost dropped the whole cookie. I would have been so sad. This one has to be good because it's pink, right? It's okay. I don't know. These cookies just weren't what I was expecting, so Maybe that's why it's just not working. It's just I'll just stick to my wine. Cheers. Is there anybody drinking with me? Not necessarily drinking, but sipping. They say a glass of wine a day is good for you, but does it have to be red wine? Does anybody know? Does it have to be red? Water? Yes, I'm sipping right now. What are you sipping on? You sipping some wine? Alex, you sipping on some water? All right, I got some water too. I'm supposed to drink all of this today. Whiskey. Oh, wow. Yeah, you got to sip that. If you drink that too fast, then you might be done for the day. Hold on, let me check something. Okay, so you guys, I was washing this glass and I almost dropped it, and this was my face. I literally was looking like this because I almost dropped this glass. I didn't know you like wine. Girl, I love wine. What kind of wine do you like? Sweet wine or dry wine? Okay, don't laugh at me. I'm corny. I really like the sweet wine. I'm more of a sweet wine person. The dry wine, I'm always like, eh. But I will drink the dry wine, maybe if it's a little sweet. But if there's nothing else to drink, then I'll drink the dry wine. But sweet is my favorite. What about you? Do you like more of the sweet, or you more like you like the dry wine? I think the dry wine will get you lit faster. Me too. I can't do dry. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of the dry wine. Like at all. Hold on really quick, guys. I'm about to go live. Why they call me hot? Yeah, you know that I'm on the block. Please do not get shot. Yeah, I might just slide in his bands. Me, her, and her friends. I'm somewhere secluded counting ends. Hold up, I got bands. So that right there was Icy Cash with What's the Issue. All right, you guys. So let's get into it. First of all, let me give you my number so you can call my line if you want to, chime in on this. But my number is 657-383-1056. And today is going to be about being your biggest cheerleader / hype man. You have to be the number one in your life to be able to tell yourself when you're walking past that mirror, like, girl, you look good today. Or you look good today. So that's normally what I do. And I've noticed that it does make a big difference too. Like if you feel good and you're confident, it seems like it kind of radiates out, and like other people kind of feel that way about you. And even if people do feel a certain way about you, it really doesn't matter, because as long as you think you look good, then who cares about anybody else, So I actually picked that up from my aunt, my mom, and a couple other special people in my life. They're really into who they are. They're not cocky or anything like that, but they're just very comfortable in themselves. So even if you was to tell them like, oh girl, I don't like them shoes, or I don't like that shirt you got on, or I don't like your hair like that, they'd be like, okay, I didn't wear this for you. I didn't get dressed for you. So it's fine that you don't like what I have on, but I didn't get dressed for you anyway. So there's more to this. I just had to touch on the subject of the day, but the main course is be your own cheerleader and be your own hype man. Make sure you pump yourself up every day, even if it's something small, like, oh girl, you getting a little thick out here. You looking good, girl. You looking, hold on, you looking good. Is that you? Girl, I knew you from somewhere, girl. I saw you a couple years ago, and ever since then, girl, you've been looking good. I've been following you. I've been watching you. Yeah, I'm extra with mine. Maybe you're not that extra. You don't have to be that extra, but that's just who I am. But make sure the whole point is to love yourself for who you are, accept it. Sometimes we get really down about small things, maybe our hair or our nails. I know I'm big on it. If my hair isn't done, my nails aren't done, certain things like that, sometimes I might feel a certain way. But even when they're not done, I still tell myself, like, girl, you look beautiful. You're doing your thing. You got up early today. So just give yourself some praise, a little grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's one of the number one things I'm working on this year is just not being so hard on myself. If you guys want to call in and talk about the topic of the day, you can do so. My number is 657-383-1056. It is Ambitious Tammy, and I will be here till 8 p.m. Right now, this is Lovins with Time. Yeah, yeah. Na, 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 na. Ow! Hey! Thanks! It just made my day. That emoji on your wine glass is me when I drink dry wine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Either this one or this one is me. Like, oh, no. No. But this is me all the time. Like, after I've had a couple glasses of wine. Like, cracking up like that. But when I almost dropped this glass the other day, I was looking like this. Like, oh. I'm trying to catch it so fast. Girl, this is that time. But yeah, this is sangria, I believe, a white Moscato or something like that. I said I was gonna remember it. I just know the bottle when I see it. But I've been really into white wine lately too. What's going on? Come on. What's going on with you? This man is hilarious. Every time I hear this song, I just smile and laugh. I know him. We went to elementary school together, and I did an interview with him on my radio show, and I'm interviewing him. I'm looking like, I know you. I know you, don't I? He's like, yeah. Chilling as always. It's KT. Oh no, it's during the week. You'll probably see him the weekend, right? Make sure you guys call my line if you have any song requests or you just want to say hi. Also, after this song, I'll be going live and letting people know to call and rep what side of town they calling from. So you guys can also do that too. If you want to let people know what your name is and what side of town you rep in. That's cool. Okay, I gotta play some I call it girly music, but it's my type of music. I love R&B, so that's coming next. What song do I want to hear? Oh, I don't want to pick. Oh my goodness, these two is like one of my favorite songs. This one probably gonna be it right here. Okay. All right, you guys, we're keeping it moving right here with the hits. Only with your finest, Ambitious Tammy, your favorite tomboy ever. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. We're going to slow it down a little bit and get into this Nakaira G with the intro. Before I do that, make sure you guys call and tell me what side of town you guys are repping. My number is 657-383-1056. Call my line. This right here is Nakaira G with intro. Y'all, I love this song so much. I love this song, y'all. Not there anymore. I'm rubbing food is a hey. Okay, cool. I get off work at like 3 o'clock. So anytime after 3 is fine for him to call. Because I miss him. I can't stay here with you. Hey.
And I know things can get crazy. Yeah, real chaotic. Oh, and it mess with my mental. But no, I won't stop. 'Cause I got trouble to carry. As Time is a lot, but I gotta be somewhere, yeah. Drive it, park it, leave it, wait it. I just wanna ride out. Drive it, park it, leave it, wait it. Just wanna ride out. I treat my life like I treat my love. I give my all and I treat my dreams with a special love. I work hard for it and need to
All I hear is my little bees down here making noise. Y'all, that's my song. I wish it was longer. You guys do not understand how much I love that song. And I love Nakira G personally. Her vocals are just out of this world. If you guys do not follow her on Instagram, make sure you do so. Her name is @__ I am Kyra. So with that being said, make sure you guys please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me on there by just typing in Ambitious Tammy in the search box. I spelled Tammy, Tamie. If you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would help me out tremendously and I would really appreciate it. So yes, shout out to you guys. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, SOAMBITIOUSTV, and follow me on Twitter as well, SO official Tammy, Tamie. So we'll keep the hits coming to you because that's what I do. All right. Let's speed it up just a little bit, not too much. But we're going to go ahead and probably just, get a little lit. But this right here is Taco Gambino with A Little Bit. Yeah. This is another song that I like a lot because of the message.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking to me.
People ask how much I get up this. A little bit. Also ask how I keep doing it. I love doing it. Hating on me while I'm making it. I never quit, yeah. Oh, yeah. People ask how much I get up this. A little bit. Also ask how I keep doing it. I love doing it. Hating on me while I'm making it. I'll never quit. It's in my heart, ain't got it moving it. I'm aware, y'all. How many feels like it? A little bit, yes, I'm taco and I'm killing it. They're like, who is this? And they talking about who I'm with. Cause we do the thing, never talking, I'm just doing it. I do it big, like, you know that I've been hard. Making it that midnight. Smelling like success with no cologne, I guess I've been fly. Born again, I'm in twice. Trying to get my lens right. Live my life for God, and I'm speaking for my friends. Like, oh yeah. When I pray the Lord, you might not see me like it's bad. Niggas, me and him will be talking, living life. Always got my Bible with me, yeah, I gotta have it. I only follow God, anytime I'm getting tragic. I've been trying to get some money, God's telling me to stop hunting. I'm always trying to turn nothing to something. The love of money is going to nothing. Playing taco on your speakers, spitting this fire no heater, making this music teacher, spreading the word like I'm reader. I get up there a little bit, that's how I keep doing it. I love doing it, hating on me while I'm making hits. I'll never quit.
Alright, y'all, I'm out of here. They say trapping with a broken heart too, by the way, if you didn't know. Alright, peace out.